Hey, what's up, guys? ProTCG here. Um, my voice just cracked a little bit. Yeah, I'm bringing you guys a Goat Control deck profile. This is a Chaos Control list, so if you want to play standard Goat Control, don't follow this list. But if you want to play Chaos and play kind of a Chaos variant, which is just game steals and OTKs for days, play this. I've tested it a lot with a bunch of my friends, and it worked out really well. I've been kind of consistently winning matches, and yeah, let's get into profile. Yeah, one of the most yeah, best cards in the format of Code Control was of course BLS. BLS is like the game pusher, the game finisher. Most of the time you just push for game with this if you have return, and if you if you have return, you can just like put this in the fence, banish one of their guys, return, and hopefully win the game. Yeah, that's just the entire deck almost. So that BLS this is the best card in the deck. I played Triple Chaos Sorcerer. Triple Chaos Sorcerer worked really well on the Chaos list, basically because I run card destruction, and you just need a third Chaos Sorcerer if you run card destruction, because like you won't kind of feel bad if you discard it with card destruction, and like can't reborn it and stuff like that. You can basically do anything with the Chaos Sorcerer unless you banish it for another one. But this deck is absolutely crazy in terms of where Goat Control is all about. It's because Goat Control is all about resource grinding, and this card is just so ignorant, and you can just in this list just slap it down to the field and just put pressure on your opponent. So yeah, worked out really well in testing. So yeah. Chaos for sure, but best cards. More chaos. Just the Thunder Dragons. Funny. This is, I just always open with this. It's an amazing card. It's basically a kind of minor version of Pot of Greed. It's obscene. It gives you an extra light in the grave, and it's your strongest life for Return to Reborn. So like. You almost always push for game with a bunch of returned Thunder Dragons. Super good. Then for kind of the supportive Goat Control monsters, I guess One Breaker. Really good to get over exarions and stuff. Really relevant. Can pop a lot of important cards like. Preamature and snatch steal. It's really good against those, and if you just if your opponent is top decking and he sets like a card, you can just slap this down to the field, pop their back row, push for game. Super good. Then one exarion. Most of the time, if I have this in my first turn hand, I just set it and like not be so scared of anything. Like if this gets nobleman, like you still have all your set monsters. So yeah, and it's like such a relevant beat stick, like and it's more return food, so really good card. I played this little combo. The deck is so good because you have so much discard outlet with Sinister Serpent. Sinister Serpent is just not really a combo piece, but it's just super good in the list, and Tribe of course is just Goat Control card. I want a super rare one. Tsukuyomi. Played this over a Shura Priest. A Shura Priest I felt like didn't really have place in this list. You run a lot of flip summon cards, so you kind of need a supportive cards for all the flip summon cards, and like every time I just put this on one of my flip summon monsters, I just almost win the game. It's so advantage shifting and stuff like that. Sangan. Sangan yeah, really good search card. We all wish we had the Witch of the Black Forest, but we have not in Goat Control, unfortunately. But yeah, this almost the exact same thing, and it's just so good for just slapping it down to the field, put pressure on your opponent, because they just don't want to attack this. It's really good card. I have one proxy in the list. I played 2 dekoichi. I had 2 ultis, but I've done them away to one of my friends because money. And I couldn't find a second dekoichi for the life of me for the deck profile. So yeah, 2 dekoichi. But yeah, really good card. Most of the time, even if I have seen like spells like Poltergeist and I have a Magician of Faith in hand, they will just expect you have a Magician of Faith in hand. So I just set this, and it's more return food because this is 1400. It's actually like huge for a flip summon monster. The 2 Fate. It's weird how this card works. I like it when I already saw a spell card, and I don't like it when I did not see any of my like power spell cards. So yeah, I don't know. It's good for baiting out noblemans, but you know, you lose to Magician of Faith, so it's kind of obscure. Then 2 Knights Assailant deck is so good for so much discard outlets. So yeah. Morphing, card of the format, really so advantage shifting. If you're just down so many cards, you top deck this, you set it. If they don't have something like Little Swordsman or something like that, you just win. And then 1 Merchant. Good cards are good. So then for the spells, 2 Noblemans. I want super rare ones, but I don't have super rare ones. Yeah, really good card in format. There's so many flip summon guys. There's even against like decks like Skillering Control, this is so good because like you also run Tsukuyomi, and they will probably set a first turn Exarion Universe, which is like pretty hard for this deck to get over if you haven't seen any of your Chaos cards to summon the sorcerer. So yeah, worked out really well. It was at 3 in the format, I believe, but it's not worth running 3. So especially with Magician Defense and stuff, you can just get it back to hand. Card Destruction, really good in Chaos. The Trinity, of course. Cards of the format, really. Then the Snatch Steel, Preamature. I want higher rarity ones. They're not even that expensive. I just need higher rarity ones, but it's so hard to find, so I don't know. The MSD, the Heavy Storm, back row removal, obviously, and this is like so good for like putting a BLS on board to create like pressure and set this, and now they just can't snatch you because you have the MSD. So super good. Book of Moon, only run 1 because it's either kind of win more or lose more, so yeah. And I want Scapegoat, only 1 because the deck is really fast. If you have seen any of your power spells or like Thunder Dragons or stuff like this card is like pretty dead because you already like outspeed your opponent by a huge amount. Now for the traps, they're basically like, you know, either like game winning cards or like removal cards. So these are like the game stealers, the game finishers. Ring you. I don't mind setting it on like my first turn or something if I haven't seen any of my like little traps. I'd say so. Yeah, I don't care. And return of obviously like the game pusher, the game finisher, like. Summon this with a sorcerer or a BLS and you kind of win. So yeah, it's pretty good. Message destructive cards, Mirror Force and Torrential. Yeah, good cards are good. So yeah. Widespread Ruin. This is just basically Sakuretsu armor. I don't care if I play either this or Sakuretsu armor. They do the exact same thing. So, and this was super rare, and I only had a common Sakuretsu armor. So yeah. And then raigeki break. This works really well in a chaos list. I wouldn't play it in standard goat control, but yeah, super good card in this list. And then one Call of the Haunted. It's just kind of your second preamature. Sometimes better, sometimes worse, because it's a trap, so you have to set it for a turn. But it's better because it doesn't have cost, and life points are super relevant in goat control. Like you can just get OTK'd in like a mirror match or something super quickly, or against DMOC FTK or something like that. So yeah, I'm still liking the card. It's like a card of a format, but I'm not sure. So then I don't have an extra deck because I don't run Metamorphosis, but I do have Sidedeck, so best tokens obviously. Yeah, so the Sidedeck, I think it's pretty incomplete, but yeah, I'll just show what I have. There used to be like 2 kycoos in here for the mirror match, but I only have 1. I think the proxy is the kycoo, but I don't really care. 2 zaborg, really good against like burn and time walk and stuff like that. As well as this is pretty good. Also in the mirror match, because they'll like set a bunch of traps turn 1, and yeah, it's pretty good. Kycoo, mirror match basically. Little swordsman and exiled force. There used to be a Rhoda in here somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, it's like a little package you can play against like flip summon decks. So yeah, it worked out pretty well. Ceasewire to sometimes ceasefire for game. Bottomless, obvious. Mirror wall, I don't know, never cited it in ever. 2 dust tornadoes and then 2 trap dash shoots, which are like pretty good cards in the format. So yeah, so that's pretty much the deck profile. Yeah, like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.